Not at all. Nope, not one bit. Nope, sorry. Nope, 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 not. How do you reparate for this? How do you reparate for this? One of these brothers named John sold for $1,500 in 1845. What the hell is going to reparate that? What's going to repair that? What is going to repair slavery? You know what? I'm call it what it is. What's going to repair sex slavery? Because you think Master was just raping the little girls? Do you? All right. Talk about some damn reparations. I know, I almost got upset. I almost did. I caught myself. Said we're gonna watch the video first. We'll watch the interview first. I just wanna see what's happening with YouTube. Where my YouTube at? YouTube ain't coming up. Oh, there we go. All right, so I know it's on. I just don't see the comments. All right. Press this button. That one. Oh, you can invite people too. Oh, somebody share and invite. You can invite people. I'd love for somebody to tell me what I'm supposed to be asking these murderers and killers for. I just want somebody to tell me. It's not the people. Not the people. Let's be clear. I'm not talking about your little people in government. You people you want to rule you. I'm talking about a system. The system that enslaved back in the 1600s to what's today? 2019. 626, a system that is still enslaving people, still enslaving them. Please tell me, what precisely am I supposed to be asking these bastards for? 20 acres and a mule? 40 acres and a mule? What's the going price of this brother John? Huh? Tell me, what is, all right, I know, I started to get upset. I'm not gonna get upset. Not gonna get upset. Let's watch the video. I just want to know, what am I supposed to be asking for? How they gonna make it right? How you gonna make sex slavery right? A couple hundred years. And it's not just Africans, it's Irish too. How you gonna make it right? It's not just Irish, it's Chinese too. Working on the railroad. I'd love to know, what am I supposed to ask to the people who did this? You see his face, you think he's playing? What the hell am I supposed to ask to these people who's still killing and murdering today and enslaving today? Precisely what is, all right. I know, I said I wasn't gonna get upset. I said that. I said I won't get upset. I'm not gonna get upset. I just wanna see what they're offering. I wanna see what the negotiation, that's all I wanna see. Hang on, who is this? I don't know who this is. Lady red dress, probably Democrat, something like that. Gonna offer something for slaves. I wanna know, cause I know some people gonna jump at it. I know the people, they gonna jump at it. They don't care. They are happy to hold the whip. They are happy. All right, here we go. I'm shut up. Here we go. Let's listen to it.
Undergraduates at Georgetown University voted to create a reparations fund that, if approved, would be the first of its kind. As Yamiche El-Sindor reports, it's also become an issue on the campaign trail, where it hasn't always been front and center.
America was founded on principles of liberty and freedom and on the backs of slave labor.
An unexpected
Hang on, no, that's not true. Fake news, right off from Brian. We got fake news right from the start. America was not just founded on that, okay? It was also founded on the genocide of millions of Native Americans, tribes that we don't even know the names of all of them or their cultures because you murdered them and shoved them in swamps. All right, so no, America was not founded on slavery. America was founded on enslavement, destruction, genocide, blood, rape, and murder of millions and millions and millions of people. The same way it is 6/26, 2019. And if you're watching this video 24 hours late, it's the same it is on 6/27, 2019. So America wasn't founded on it. America's based on it. It is the model. America isn't America. It's a Rothschild corporation. It's a big corporation, and they are the holding company. So please tell me exactly what am I supposed to ask these killers for? What's going to make it right to Brother John? All right, hang on. I'm going to shut up.
2020 topic, reparations.
Until that original sin is addressed, we may think that we're moving forward as one nation, and I don't think that we ever really will.
Now on the campaign trail, there are repeated questions about how to deal with the lasting impact of slavery.
Do you think that there should be actual monetary payments to descendants of slaves?
Do you support reparations for slavery? About reparations.
From progressives to moderates, Democratic candidates are jumping into this decades-long debate. Columbia University's John McWhorter.
What they're doing is saying, in the way that it happens to be the fashion in 2019 rather than 2009, of saying, I am concerned with the plight of Black America, and I'm glad that they are.
No, that is not what they're saying. They're even saying anywhere near close to that. Close! If they were saying that, you think they'd still had a police state that's murdering, shooting all these people in the street? They ain't even saying nothing close to that. You know what they're doing? They're taking shiny toys, they're taking berries and nuts and shiny pieces of gold like fish in a fish pond, and they're trying to catch some monkeys. That's what they're doing, because monkeys will go for the shiny stuff. You are trying to bribe people into accepting a system that never stopped. That's what you're doing. You're trying to bribe people who are gullible, good people. I don't say these people, they take it though, they bite the hell out of it. They're biting, I see them all on my thread. They like, they're just biting that reparations. And you need to understand when somebody's trying to trick you, all right? That's what you need to understand. They're dangling carrots in front of you like you're a damn horse or a mule. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that will reparate what you did to Africans, Irish, Chinese, Native Americans, some of the British. You will never reparate that. This model has to go away. All right, we don't need reparations. We need your resignation of the entire system. That's what we need. Your system never ends anything. It doesn't end slavery. If it makes money, it keeps it. It doesn't end murder. If it makes money, it keeps it. It doesn't end genocide. All they do is flip the people that they do it to. That's what they did. And they hide it from the news, so most people in this country don't even realize we're still doing it in Yemen. We're still doing it all over Africa and Latin America. Doing it in Palestine. All right, calm down. Wait a minute.
I am tired of doing is admiring the problem.
The issue has become a hot topic, but there's no agreement on a solution or even a definition of the term itself. Eva Patterson is a founder of the Equal Justice Society.
For centuries, kidnapped Africans worked for free to make America great and to make businesses very wealthy, and we recouped none of the benefits. In addition, centuries of discrimination and bias have also put African Americans in a very untenable situation.
Not true. Not true. I don't know your sister, but not true. We do reap the benefits every day from slavery, okay? We are enslaving people right now in Africa not you, I ain't yelling at her. I'm just fussing in general, not at her. But we need to talk about this honestly. Every person I know, black, white, blue, orange, yellow, they all have cell phones, okay? We all reap the benefits of slavery right now. We reap the benefits of taking little children. Hang on, where's my brother at? Where the brother at? We take little children like this brother behind me. Hang on, let me get rid of her. Boom, right here, Brother John. We benefit we benefit from sending them down into holes to get the coltan for our phones, for our laptops, for our televisions. Yes, we do reap the benefits. This is why the system has to go away. It has not changed. It is evil as it's always been. They're just better at hiding it, and they get people on TV that are very believable. And unfortunately, people who don't look like me and don't look like her, they go along with it because they're afraid that somebody might say they're racist. I'm gonna tell you today, tell them to go to hell, all right? They never stopped. The difference is, some people wanna hold the whip now. Some people happy holding the whip. Some people happy making the Kool-Aid and being up on the porch. And I'm not saying this, sister. Most people are just, they don't understand this. They don't understand, they never really thought about it. They never thought about how this system is still propped up by the same evil it always has been. They don't see it because you keep them buried in ghettos and burials and trailer parks and places. I used to say I was for reparations. Don't get me wrong. I used to say it a long time ago until I really got a good chance to think about it. There ain't a damn thing I want from you colonizers. Your colonizing system, not the people. Not the people. Like I said, don't sit here and act like anybody alive today had anything to do with this. Nobody alive today had anything to do with it. Not even the Democrats and Republicans. Now they keep it going. They make more benefits of it, the modern slavery today, than the rest of them. And 2 cheers to Illinois. Is it Illinois? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. 2 cheers to them for freeing people for cannabis, I believe it was. I believe they legalized cannabis and they're freeing people, the slaves in prison, from it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. You never should have done it. I ain't clapping. Not clapping. Why am I not clapping? Because you never should have done it to begin with. You're criminals, murderers, killers, and war. You need to be under the prison. All right? But I appreciate you removing one thing, one form of slavery out of the state of Illinois. Where's the other 49? Trying to restore a nation back to pre-colonization where people are free in the ego. So I don't want nothing from. All right, I'm gonna let her finish. I ain't gonna let her finish.
And so reparations are a way to make us whole.
Some candidates want to study the issue. Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard is a co-sponsor of a House bill that will look into and come up with suggestions for reparations.
Bullshit.
Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts is backing that legislation.
Bullshit.
And Senator Cory Booker recently introduced a Senate version of that bill.
This conversation cannot just become a political box-checking exercise or a litmus test without meaning.
Box checking? Is that Booger? But this is the one who takes the big money from the pharmaceutical industry, the industry that's behind the war on drugs, the industry that puts millions of people in prison into enslavement right now. And he's talking about gestures. He's talking about no teeth. This is sellout extraordinaire. Come on, man, stop playing.
The boldest policies we're talking about right now can't just be about sentiment or about acknowledging the past. They need to be about actually balancing the economic scales and confronting the bias that persists right now in the present.
I agree. We need to fire you. We need to put you in prison. We need to roll out automation and robots. Make sure everybody has equality and freedom. Make sure everybody has land just before you sweep up, close the doors, turn off the lights, and abolish Congress. I completely agree. That is exactly what we need. I'm glad he said it. I agree with him finally.
If elected, former Housing Secretary Julian Castro plans to create a task force.
If, under the Constitution, we compensate people.
Oh, wait. All right. The plantation gonna make a task force to combat the plantation. This is what's gonna happen. This gonna happen. Y'all believe this? I hope y'all listen. I've been watching some comments, and some of y'all believe this. Some of y'all actually. The plantation is about to fight what keeps the plantation running. This is gonna happen.
Because we take their property. Why wouldn't you compensate people who actually were property?
Other presidential hopefuls are talking cash.
That sounds cute. It sounded cute. I mean, I like it. I like the sound of it. Why would you? Something about property to people who used to be property. You're like, yeah, you make a good trip, but no. All the property in this nation is stolen. That's why I don't believe in stealing and laws about stealing. Everything here was stolen, including the flowers, the land, the soil that we're on, and the water. Not to mention everything that's imported and the oil. It was all stolen. It can't be restolen. And no, I don't want a thief to help me to fight thievery.
One school of thought is to amass all that money and put it into housing, education, health, and the like.
No.
Another school of thought has the whole idea of 40 acres and a mule, which would now, I think, translate to 40 acres and a Tesla, which would mean that individual black people who could show they were the descendants of enslaved people would get checks.
Stop. So first of all, what is that going to do? Like, somebody answer this question. What is it actually going to do if you take a whole bunch of poor black people from the ghetto, give them land out in the country and a Tesla? What you think gonna happen? And then we ignore all the Native Americans' land who was stolen, all the tribes who were killed. We ignore all the poor whites who suffered under slavery as well. The Irish may not be as much. Y'all like to play who suffered more, whose answer. I don't play that game. What about the Chinese and the Japanese? So if you're gonna take these poor folks, send them out there, and you help out one, you ever go in a classroom full of hungry kids at lunchtime and just give one kid lunch and the rest of them can't eat their lunch? What you think gonna happen? What exactly do you think is going to happen? This is what's called a setup, or it's just a really stupid idea. Listen, I agree with 40 acres and a tractor. Don't get me wrong. Not no damn Tesla. That's a slave machine. It has no purpose. It's what's called useless technology. But what does have purpose is a tractor and land. But everybody has to get it. The federal government's not supposed to own land. Redistribute the land to the people, shut down the federal government. Then you got 50 states, 50 individual nations. I get on board with that. It's easy to fix a state. The states are corrupt too, but to me, nowhere near as corrupt, murderous, bloody, and maniacally deceitful as the federal government. That's still bombing and enslaving people right now. They enslaved people, this video just started. They enslaved somebody, then murder somebody and drop some bombs on kids. Stop it.
Marianne Williamson is an author and spiritual advisor. She wants to appoint a council that would allocate $100 billion to projects that would help African Americans over 10 years.
No.
It's a moral argument. If I take...
Yes, it is. It is a moral argument. Because you want to take $100 billion in blood money and give it to people to bring them into the fold of the plantation. You want to make them more dependent on the colonizers. You want to justify your job in the fact that you vote for war and weapons trafficking and destruction of an entire ecosystem on a planet. You just want to bring people in to make them the sellouts you are. You want to justify that you were good, and you're not. You're not. You're a killer. In a nice suit.
$1,000 from you, and then I apologize to you. Wouldn't you also feel thank you? I appreciate the apology and I'd like my money back.
Entrepreneur Andrew Yang wants to create a universal basic income. Every American, regardless of race or income, would get $1,000 per month.
I 1,000 agree with the moral case for reparations.
He believes that money, or dividends, could help move the country toward reparations.
No.
California Senator Kamala Harris is also pushing a plan that would benefit people of all races. Her bill gives a tax credit to middle-class Americans.
People aren't starting out on the same base in terms of their ability to succeed. And so we have got to recognize that and give people a lift up.
Then there is Senator...
No, I don't think people need a lift up. I think I'm against this concept. Let them go away. Resign all of them. And I think people can figure it out. I think people will take care of each other, divide the land up. I don't think you need to lift people up to prop them up even higher. No, the elites don't need to be propped up any higher. They need to go away, all of them.
Bernie Sanders of Vermont. He rejects the idea of direct payments to descendants of slaves.
What about straight cash payouts?
No.
Sanders says he will help all oppressed communities by taking on big banks and other entities he argues hurt those groups.
I think what we have got to do is pay attention to distressed communities, Black communities, Latino communities, and white communities all over this country.
McWhorter believes policies like that have been happening and are already a form of reparations.
Affirmative action, in all of its effects, is reparations. Black History Month is reparations. The fact that we're having this conversation and taking reparations seriously can be seen as reparations. Welfare reform, which enabled more poor people, and it was aimed mainly at Black people, to take advantage of welfare in the late 1960s, that was reparations. The only thing is those things weren't officially titled reparations for slavery and Jim Crow.
Others.
Who in the hell let this man in the room? Who is this man? Who is this? This one of y'all 2020s? Hang on. He said that reparations was health care? Reparations for selling people? Reparations for... Are you kidding me? This is real. This is happening. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna pinch myself. I'm gonna pinch myself. Is anybody taking any of this seriously? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? All right. For destroying entire continents of people, enslaving millions of people. You trying to tell me that reparations has already started? Wait, where is it? Where's the wait, you trying to tell me Social Security? You trying to tell me education is taking little kids and giving them, say, the pledge of allegiance to the killers of the United States or the colonization of the Rothschild world? You mean to tell me that's Who is this man? And will somebody get him some chocolate or something? This man, something is wrong. His brain is not working. He needs some cacao in his system.
Titled reparations for slavery and Jim Crow.
Others argue policies that are not race-specific can't be called reparations. Again, Eva Patterson.
I think it is foolish to say that if we help all people, we'll help African Americans. If you look at any programs that have been instituted in our country, when you lump everybody in, white people get a leg up. It's just the way it is. It doesn't mean they're evil. The system is set up to privilege and favor white people.
Minnesota's...
Okay, come on, stop. Why we gotta keep doing this? They do this stuff to get people fighting in conflict. No, the system is designed to enable people born in certain classes, people born in certain areas. It's not designed to enable. If it was designed to enable white people, you know what would happen? Every time you go in the grocery store, you scan your arm like, and it would do a scan based on your, every time you go to an interview, you'd be like, now does that happen? Yes, it does. It does happen. It's not a scanner, it's not a machine, it's people. But the point is, it's not like an equal thing across the board. The system is not designed to help certain people based on their skin color, their ethnicity, background, or religion. That's all the little individual dummies that are driving the interviews and the CEOs of the companies. Across the board, it's designed to favor the favorable. It's designed to favor the sellouts. Those who have climbed higher than the other who got their skin from their religion, from their communities, those who sell out the most and become bankers and lawyers and high up on the hog in corporations. Come on, stop playing. Stop playing. They give you these things because they're racist, right? They give you these narratives because they keep you in conflict. And I'm not saying her. I have a respect for the older generation. I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying in general, we're gaslit and indoctrinated to this dumb colonization mindset. You know, you don't fight racism by making up your own little racist terms. The system will prey on the poor and the disadvantaged. That black people, that white people, that blue people, that purple people, wherever they are. Grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, and they used to just turn white folks away like nothing. Just turn them away. Turn them away. You can't come in here. You can't party with us because your skin is too light. Stop it. Stop it. Let that mess go. Destroy the system. Destroy the system. The only reparations is resignation. Resign the entire model that allows it to occur. Because all they're trying to do is swap you out and give you the whip so you can whip the kids in Yemen and whip the kids in the Congo that are getting the goodies for you. They're just trying to make a slaver out of you. That's how these systems work. They have layers upon layers upon layers of making you a sellout, which justifies them and what they did in the past. Y'all take this mess. Y'all go ahead and take it. You're going to justify slavery. You justify slavery. You take candy from these killers and murderers.
Senator Amy Klobuchar argues reparations can be done without exchanging money.
I believe we have to invest in those communities that have been so hurt by racism. It doesn't have to be a direct pay for each person, but what we can do is invest in those communities, acknowledge what's happened.
No, that's a Band-Aid. No, because you're picking and choosing who you're going to help because you want votes or something. No, I'm not interested at all.
Alternative, she points to investments in community college, childcare, and a higher minimum wage. Fellow Midwesterner Pete Buttigieg also doesn't back giving out cash. He does think policies should address inequities created by slavery.
I absolutely believe that we need to have some kind of accounting for the persistent racial inequities today that are there by design because of past and present racism. And so it means our policies and our policy interventions on everything from criminal justice to housing need to be designed in such a way that they're targeting those areas in our economy and our society.
Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke is also cash payments. He told Iowa voters recently.
I was starting to daydream a little bit. Did he say? Wait a minute. So let me say this. If you have a legal system that preys upon the poor, and most of the people who are poor look this way or that way, and you keep that system, you're not helping anybody. If you think that you were going to help the most disadvantaged in this country, you know what they would do? They'd open a prison and let out all the people who are in there who aren't supposed to be there. You realize that this is just a gesture conversation? These people don't believe in anything they're saying. They have slaves incarcerated right now. I see the buses every damn morning. If you live in America, it'll say sheriff right on the side. They're taking the slaves off the plantation to get them to work on different plantations throughout the United States. If any of these people were serious about that, they'd ended that right now. They'd ended it a long time ago, but they're not. They're just giving speeches because they know that you believe.
Not have a policy prescription. Last month, he told the NewsHour something should be done to make up for the history of slavery.
The kind of things we should do, I think, should focus on ending intergenerational poverty.
Some, like McWhorter, don't think reparations will be enough to remedy that history.
Unless a person could, after reparations happened, look America in the eye and say, America has turned a corner on race, serious progress has been made, the second shoe has dropped. If people couldn't be comfortable saying that and really sitting in it and feeling it, then I'm not sure why we should go through trying to get reparations at all.
One veteran.
I can't stand that guy. Well, hang on. I don't want to watch the rest of it. I guess I have to watch the rest of it, but I first want to do something. If y'all don't mind, I want to do something. He said we should look America in the eye. That's what he did. I want to look America in the eye because America does have an eye. So where the eye at? Is Washington? Where the eye at? Is it Illinois? Where the eye? I'm gonna show you the eye. Let me show you. We're gonna look America right in his eye. America, where you at? Right here. Let's look in America's eye. This is America's eye. Let's look in his eyes. Who actually owns the nation? Rothschilds, right? They own the central banks. They own the money. They print all the money. They own the nation. Look right in his eye. Look in his eye. You ain't gonna look in his eye. That man will kill you. That man, if he ain't dead, he'll kill you quick. Satan. All right. I don't want to watch the rest of it. I think I probably got to. All right. Let me watch the rest of it. I don't want to watch it. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I think it's the dumbest idea you have. I think you don't have any ideas. So you're gonna go to an idea that's like 800 years old. Like, all right, cue idea 800 years old. Don't do anything, but let's just cue it to get people out to the polls. The people aren't believing. This might be a good sign, though. This actually might be a good sign that they're getting desperate and people no longer are believing this crap. So they got to pull something out their butt cheeks from 300 years ago.
Certain politicians still weighing whether to run for the Democratic nomination is responsible for what the situation is today, for the sins of my own generation. And I'll be damned if I feel responsible to pay for what happened 300 years ago.
Oh, can we go back to that? I gotta go back to that. Don't y'all love Joe? Boy, Joe, I tell you what, you gotta have people who just can't control how they feel and who they want to touch. You gotta love people who be honest where they want. Okay, I agree with like 90-some% of this statement. I actually do. Oh boy, so it says, I don't feel responsible for the sins of my father, and you're not your father. I agree. You shouldn't be responsible at all. You have no responsibility. You were not there. You didn't get on a boat. You didn't take nobody. You didn't chain them up. You didn't raid them. You didn't beat them. You didn't whip them. I agree with you. You were not responsible at all. Now you might have some things that you might have some things that you might not have, but we won't go there. I'm not responsible. I do not feel responsible for the sins of my father and grandfather. I feel responsible for the situation today. I agree with that too. We are all responsible. I agree with that. 100% I agree with that. Man, I can't believe it. Y'all got me agreeing with Joe, creepy Joe. He's right though. He's right. Are we responsible for slavery today? Hell yeah, it is. He right as when Kanye said it. Oh, are we back to Kanye? Yes, we are back to Kanye. Why? Because he told you slavery is a choice. We choose today to stay enslaved. All of us. Why? I'd show you all the people in my timeline right now. Get ready to go out and vote for their slaver 2020. Their war criminal 2020. I show you a whole bunch of people who choose slavery over fixing the entire damn corrupt, dirty, foul, filthy system. All of them. So I agree with Creepy Joe. What else Creepy Joe say? Creepy. Today is Creepy's day. Hold on. Let me see. For the sins of my own generation. Yes, all we do is sin. Sin all day long. Oh, did Joe go to church? Joe must go to church. He knows what a sin is. Joe, is Joe a conservative? Joe should be a conservative. He sound like he read the Bible more than the conservatives do. Sin, 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 all day long. That's all we do. Thou shalt kill, thou shalt murder, thou shalt blow up neighbors and covet thy neighbor's oil and coltan and tin, uranium. Thou shalt make slaves and not ever respect free will. We all day long. Sin, sin. You know what? Shoot. No, I ain't getting no reprieve to Joe. I ain't giving no reprieve. He touched too many little kids. I ain't giving him reprieve. Something wrong with that man. But he's saying it's true. This is true. And I'll be damned if I feel responsible to pay for what happened 300 years ago. Bye-bye, Joe. Bye. You just lost the vote. Bye. See ya. Bye-bye. But you know it'll be funny. It'll be funny if they run him anyway. That'll be funny, because they're going to vote for him anyway. They'll vote for him. They'll be like, well, that was what he believed a long time ago. We're going to vote for him anyway. Because he's blue, and they said no matter who. I say poo-poo. I say don't vote for anybody. That's what I say. I say boo no matter who. This is a psychopathic killer system. All right, let's finish up, then we'll do the comments. I can't believe I agree with Joe like 82% of the time in that little thing.
Pay for what happened 300 years ago. For Democrats running in 2020, it remains to be seen whether reparations will become a litmus test. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Yamisha Sendor.
That's wrapped up. I'll do comments and I'm gonna get out of here. Man, I tell you what, so I haven't changed my position. Dang it, it's a not trying to get me, man. Hang on. I'm not gonna be hippie with you. I don't do that hippie stuff. You flying in my nose. Why gnats even do that? Got gnats that fly in your nose and your eye and stuff. There is no reparations for this. It is to me offensive that you even bring up the topic that you can reparate to people who you enslaved, you murdered, you raped, and killed. And now you're gonna make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. The only thing that we can do is forgive you. Forgive you, but not your system, not the model, because the model isn't sorry. You forgive people and systems and model when they're sorry. The model hasn't changed. You still enslave people today. So no, you can't reparate for it. And my position has not changed. You must be crazy to believe any of this crap. You must be crazy if it even gets your attention. You must be crazy, and I love you to death, but you must be crazy if the problem wasn't the fact that somebody had a whip and was whipping, but you want to hold the whip. You must be crazy if you think that the problem with slavery is you didn't get nothing from it. Your brain ain't working right if this is you. Your brain it's not doing what it needs to do. The problem with a drug cartel isn't that you make money from it, it's that the damn thing exists. The problem with rapers and killers are the fact that they rape and they kill and they exist. Not that you don't get no money, you don't get none, because this is what this is. You just want to get some. That's all it is. All right, you just want to get some. Bad idea. Now I'm gonna do comments and I'm gonna leave. See people yelling at me. This is what I believe. I'm always gonna tell you what I believe. I'm always gonna tell you exactly how I see it. You don't have to agree, and I'm fine if you don't have to agree. But I don't want none of your blood money. I don't want none of your blood land unless you are going away. You going away? We will all take your blood money and we will take your blood land and we will do something wonderful with it. But you need to go away because your model does not work at all. At all. All right. Welfare was created during the Great Depression to help families during the crisis. It was, and then Susan, what did it become? It became a new plantation. It became a way of enslaving people and making them dependent on a system that needs to go away. A system that could have gave people a fish and a fishing rod and helped them become sustainable on their own, but instead it enslaved them in ghettos and Section 8 housing and just made generation after generation of people who would do anything if you jingle some candy in front of their face. They'd do anything if you jingle a Obama cell phone in front of their face. They'd do anything if you jingle slave technology, something shiny in front of them. That's why I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. I don't blame them one bit at all. I don't blame them. Y'all think I blame them? I don't. If I were born there, I'd be them. I blame the system. It is the system that goes away. If you have a brain in your head and food in your belly and a house to sleep in, it is your obligation to see through this crap. We need to finally end the game they played with the 13th Amendment. All right. Our system drives people crazy, then dumps them on the street. Exactly, Laura, because Lori, that's big money. P.S., and I don't mean Bernard. Well, Allison, who the hell is Bernard? Did you mean me? You know my name is Gerard. Yeah, how long you been on this broadcast, girl? B and G, they sound alike, but they not the same. One at the beginning is after the A and the other later on. Later on, girl. Shh. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? You get it there. My name is... or was his name Bernard? I don't know. I don't know who that dude was. Maybe his name was Bernard. It's all set up. Oh, dang it. I missed Sandra's comment. Open up the prisons and let the slaves free. All of them. Sandra, you and I, you right here. Open up the prisons and let all the babies out. Then I think you might be serious about some slavery. Then I think you might have an issue with the model. Until then, you just playing games, and I ain't here to play. You can go play with the monkeys. I'm only 98% monkey, and the 2% is fine. 90 and on coffee. Better go play with the monkeys. Leave me alone. They're the ones taking themselves seriously. They actually believe their own BS. Maria, you might be right. You might be right. Well, try not to yell at them. I think they believe this nonsense. I think they do. I think they really think that they're helping. I think they're a little psychopathic, but I think they think they're helping. I think that they're going to get together and help slavery, stop slavery, did not look at the slavery that they... I don't know. Are they helping really, Maria? Do they really even know? I don't know. How could they not know? How could they not go? Don't they vote on the bills? They know. Like Cory Booger, he knows. Doesn't he know? Is it me? I know I changed my mind in like 30 seconds, but how can they not know? They vote on this stuff. Everybody knows the big pharmaceutical industry is the only reason the war on drug exists. And it may not be the reason it was created, but the only reason it exists now because drug companies don't want you to heal yourself. They want you to be sick, crazy, mentally ill, and violent, and that's how they make money, because you got to go to CVS and Walgreens to medicate your kids that are sick, crazy, and ill because they live in a slavery-based society. I think they know. I don't know, Maria. I don't know. Maybe they don't know. I don't know. I think somebody. I think some know and don't give two damns. And there might be a few who know, who are like probably agreeing because they want to try to do something good in the future. I think there might be a few politicians that are good people. I think they are. I think they're stupid, but I think they're ignorant. But I think there might be a few that got a little bit of heart under all that ice blood, and they want to try to make deals to try to get as much good. Like they convince themselves that, you know, that this is how the world works, that you're supposed to support war and slavery and you might get something good out of it. I just don't believe that. Don't believe that. I believe in ethics. I believe in morals. I believe in, no. It's not better to rape 10 people versus 100. No, that's not. There's no least of the evils. You have evil and you have none. So I don't know, Maria. I don't know. I'm confused, girl. I don't know. As if $600 supports anyone. Right, Lori? That's what I mean. They wave that little shiny stuff in front of people. $600 a month, $1,000 a month. Do you know how much they spend on jet fuel to go bomb people? Come on. Stop it. Share-worthy material before the debates. That's why I'm doing it, Carolyn. That's why I'm doing it. I'm just trying to razzle people. That's all. Razzle dazzle. Get you to think about it. That's all I want to do. I don't have no answers, not for this. This is crazy. I would have answers for you if I was him. I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not John, who was sold for $1,500 in 1845. I don't know what he went through. I can't tell you what is good reparations for what that young man went through. I don't know. Was he abused sexually? Did he work all the time? Was he beaten? Did they cut his parts off? I don't know what they did. Slavery's a horrible, monstrous thing. I can't answer that question. Nobody can. That's why I think it's retarded that we even have this discussion. The system that made it possible for slavery has to go away. That's the only thing I'll talk about. That's it. Tell me when it's going away. We can invest ourselves, don't need rulers' help. No, sure we don't, because what the rulers always do, they always enslave us. It's about time we study history and get it right this time. I'm a fairly capable anarchist. Jeannie, I know you do. Gotta grow some food. You should be an anarchist. You can run your own life. Saw a white-haired old man sitting on the sidewalk this morning, no shirt, homeless. Exactly, Lori, and that's my point. We have a lot of people who need help, and they don't just come in one skin tone. They come in all of them. All of them. Everybody in this nation is a victim to the crazy, psychopathic, nonsensical laws, devastation, and oppression that this federal government has been deploying since jump. None of them should be starving. None of them. You take care of half of the people, you take care of 25% of the people, the other 75% of people are gonna rise up and take what they got or murder them. And that's probably what they should do. That's why they play this game and favoriting one group over another group. All right. I'm calm. I think I'm calm. I might be calm. Is anyone really going to watch the three-ring circus tonight? I think they are, Allison. Yes. Is it a debate tonight? There must be a debate. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They want to hold the whip. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, they want to hold the whip. They want the reparations. They want the warm tea, the cool tea that you get on the porch. Yes, they do. They absolutely do want to be Uncle Tom's and sell out. They're going to watch that debate and they're going to go for it, girl. I know they're going to piss off the other side. They're going to watch that debate. They're going to run for him and they're going to get Trump back in this side, going to try to get somebody else back in and Trump is going to win. And what's going to happen? Nobody will get anything they want because they all stupid. That's what's going to happen. Rothschilds, oh, they're geniuses. It's a genius bipartisan system. It is genius. You can't fault their swag. Dems are running scared, too little, too late, same coin, different side. Exactly, Shelley. They're never changing the game. Same game it's always been. Our homeless and impoverished and other brethren and mother on earth are still dying, something. Yes, Montez, they are. And we can help all of them. Why wouldn't we? Why would we pick one group to help and we got a whole world of people who need help from these central bankers that bought these nations? Why wouldn't we help? What kind of apathy, indifference, psychopathy is working in a brain of a person that wants to help one group of people when you got little starving kids all over this planet that we can be helping? All right. Ooh, there we go. I think I got it out. Dramas to cover up the traumas. Ooh, yes, Mark. Dramas to cover up the traumas from their mamas. And everybody buys it on TV. That's always talks down to you as a child. They do, Mark. That's what they do. Because people want to be talked down to. There are some people, they just want to be told what to do. They want to know when to pick the cotton, where to put the bag. That's all they want to know. Because they were raised to. And it's a little sick, but we can help them. Prison industrial complex, military industrial complex, school to prison pipeline, all accounted for, all fornication, abominations are accounted for. Absolutely, Montez. And all of that, all the complexes, they're always complexes. They were just businesses originally. Now they're big megapolises. We all work for them. We all bank with them. We all keep them in line and keep them in place. And we need to end it. You know, people say, well, what are you doing? I'm helping it. You don't have a choice. This society will throw you in prison, shoot or kill you unless you help the system. That's why the system has to stop, because you can't get away from it. You can move off grid. You can make your own water. You get your water, grow your food, be off grid on your power, all of that in the middle of the jungle somewhere in the United States. And guess what? You're still supporting it. Your charge controller is going to break down. You need more slave technology. Your solar panels burn out. You need more solder to put them back together. Everybody supports this system and there's no way to get away from it. That's why the system has to end. That's how you help out Brother John right here. We don't even know the other little kid's name. That's how you help them. You end the system that did it to them. All the millions of people buried, all the millions of people who were buried out in the ocean. Slaves who jumped over the ship, poor Irish kids that were just raped and thrown to the sharks. That's how you help them. You end the system. We don't need any more band-aids. We don't need any more help to be good slavers with this system. All right, that's my point. Circus clowns taking the stage tonight. Who might address this subject? You know, Maria, I guess it's a debate tonight. Okay, I didn't know it was a debate. They all pushing and playing emotional buttons for the people that don't know any better. That's right, Sandra, they're abusing people. That's why I don't talk down to people. I don't talk down to people because they're abusing people. And I used to be one of those people. I didn't know any better. I had no idea. I thought this is how the world works. I didn't think we had any better options, and so I was going along with it. If you are going along with it and you're watching this video, what I'm encouraging you to do is to do your homework. There are a lot of great ideas that don't involve a murderously bloody killing federal government. We can restrain them. We can fix them. They need fixing. That's what we need to do. They don't need any more of our support. America's eyes, that evil eye in Mordor. Oh, from Lord of the Rings. Yes, Maria, that is our eye. That's our eye. And it's connected to a Rothschild body. Absolutely, the tower is. 153 years ago, yes, Elizabeth Huston, 150 years ago, and we still selling kids today. Still selling kids today. Doesn't matter who the president is. They all say what they think people want to hear. Right, what they want to hear, Alice, and that's what they do. And it's emotional too. They know how to get intelligent people. The only way you get intelligent people who can read, write, and stand up to a system is you got to make them emotional, and they excel at that model. I wonder who wrote that for him. You know, it's not genuine. Yeah, probably Angela. Joe can barely talk. The guy just fumbled through stuff. He was a lawyer, so you should never trust anything that came out of his mouth or anything anyway. All right, I had a joke. I ain't gonna do it. All right. Let me see. Yeah, he's smarter than peeps think. Maybe, Shelley. Perhaps. Let me see. Slave is consumerism too. Yes, it is, Carolyn, because pretty much everything we buy in this country is slave-made technology. All of it. It all, from the minerals to the construction. People love, worship money in the system. Nothing is hidden. Right, Montez, and as long as they do, they love and worship this system as much as they did back during the rubber plantations in Vietnam, that slavery, and love and worship and cotton in America back then. Same love and worship. They don't like it. I tell them, you know, what is your cotton of today? It's called a cell phone. Do you have one? Yes, I do. Okay, thank you. You are supporting slavery. Stop. Stop upgrading your phones. And damn it, sure, use them to like communicate these messages. If there are kids and women to touch in church, Joe goes. Oh boy, here we go. We gotta get into creepy Joe. All right, I'm done with it. What else we got? Just watched Kanye documentary and Letterman. Okay, I didn't see the Kanye documentary and Letterman. I mean, in general, I think Kanye a little silly. He's a little silly, but he got that right. He got that part right. This is a prelude to the drama. Yes, it is, Jeannie. Buckle your seatbelt. The elections are right around the way. We're going to get the next war criminal slaver in 2020 that's going to enslave and blow up the world. Joe was speaking for his base, divide and conquer. Absolutely, Sandra. Everything is divide and conquer. It's the only way they got power is they divide people up who are all related, who all got stakes in the game, so none of them get any damn stakes. That's how it works. That is the 24-hour pregame chatter. Oh, is that? Okay, that's what it is then. I didn't know that. So this is the drum up into what's going to happen tonight. Shoot, I ain't watching. I'm going to watch Black Mirror or something tonight. I don't know. Ty said something called Dirt. It's called Dirt? No, it's called Dusk. Ty said it's something on YouTube y'all should be watching called Dusk. I'm going to watch it. I don't know what. No, Dust. Not Dusk. D-U-S-K, but D-U-S-T. I try to tell Ty I got dust on me all the time. I don't never leave. I got dust right now. You see my trifling my fingernails are. That's dust. That's dust. That's dirt. Microbiology. I already got some dust. All right, let's get down to the bottom. I'm gonna get out of here. Gerard, those kids aren't here. How are we gonna help them? Which kids, Shelly? What kids aren't here? We can help all. Oh, you mean the kids in other nations? Oh, well, if we can bomb them, we can. If we can send drones to drop bombs, you think we can send drones to drop tomatoes? You think we can send drones to drop water? Can we send drones to drop the drills? Because you know how you help people in these arid climates? All you got to do is drill down. If you can drill down 20, 30 feet, A lot of places they can get water. People got water, they got life. They got life, they can grow some food. So let's drop them some drills and seeds. We got plenty of that. So we can help everybody, Shelly. We just choose not to, because it's more profitable to sit up there and run their mouth behind a stage about reparations, something they ain't gonna do anyway, something that they can't do anyway, to get emotional people to ignore the fact that we can help everybody. All right. Responsible for continuing taking blood money Biden. Exactly, Jennifer. This is why I can't be a part of this system, and anybody a part of the system, they're okay with the blood money. Why in the world would you want someone to lead you that's okay with blood money? All right. Agreed. Reparations, restitution. Yes, Tony. Restore America back to the way it was before any of the colonizers got here. Free the land, free the ecosystems. Nobody's supposed to own anything. And if you don't like how that sounds, you need to read the Bible if you're a conservative. And you believe in natural law, you know you're supposed to share with everything. We're an ecosystem. We can completely share. Now, I don't think I really believe in ownership anymore, because I don't really think we're supposed to own much. I mean, what do we need? What do we really need to own at the end of the day? Ownership is just a way of saying mine, 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 mine. And I was raised in a church. What did Christ own? Some sandals and a robe. Went around like a monk, helping people, and if he helped people, he got food and he got a place to stay. That's what I believe in. I read my Bible though. I read it, I used to teach it. Triggering them ancestral traumas, yes. Grandpas, yes. Jeannie, absolutely. They go back and they trigger people from them traumas to kick them with drama with their mama, and the other side get the dramas and get scared, so they group up and it just turns into this fiasco, and then nothing happens. Reparations they're speaking of can never restore or make what has happened, what has been taken. Never. You can never restore taking one life, and they took millions. You can't ever restore that, and to me it's an atrocity to even talk about. There's such a thing as generational trauma. Yes, it is, Jeannie, and it's handed down over and over. Generational trauma. I was talking about that just a minute ago to some people. Transgenerational epigenetics. It's handed down in mice and plants and people and lions and everything else. If that generation went through trauma, they hand it down, right? So this is why you see kids battling with the police on the streets. Not because they're crazy, it's because they were crazed. This is why you see women of all shapes, sizes, and colors with issues with their men, with their husbands. What's going on in their environment? Got a little attitude. You know, they're supposed to. They're one of the most abused people on this planet ever since the beginning of time, and it gets handed down. But people, they don't like to look at that, Jeannie. They don't like science. They don't like reality. They like to blame people. It's easy just to blame people, to understand that these traumas keep getting handed down. We can stop the trauma. That's got to be our goal. Fix the human race, stop the traumas. Otherwise, next generation gonna be talking about the same silly, stupid idea of trying to repair what ain't never gonna be repairable. All you can do is fix the system and ask for forgiveness. That's all you can do. All right. Those poor babies, look at their faces. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you look in their eyes, Shelly, like as a parent, you see. And I'm just imagining that. It's not even just from the kid perspective. Like, you ripped them from their parent and sold them for $1,500. Think about a parent. Also, what do you go through? Like the trauma all around, handed down, generation to generation. You ain't never gonna repair that. You ain't never gonna help that. All right. What's the functional difference between the state, the Constitution, and the federal Constitution? What's the fundamental difference between the state constitution and the federal constitution? Well, one thing, Brother Adam, is the federal government was forced, right? Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to have anything to do with it. They didn't even want to sign it. They didn't want to bring it into being. The states are nations. The states are individual state nations. And they're there to be a check and balance against the federal government. And so when the federal government has gone way off a kilter, in which it has, and I'm not gonna say the states haven't either, they have. But in my opinion, the states haven't done nearly as much damage as the federal government does. So that's the first thing we need to rope down. I like the Constitutional Convention, but either way, it's all. I think the basic right atom is people, their sovereignty, their rights, their freedom, their liberty. And I personally don't think a state can overdo that either. I don't think a state should overdo that. I think we should evolve as creatures into sentience when we stop abusing each other because we disagree with somebody else is doing. If you're peaceful, we leave you alone. That's your business, whatever you're doing. You know, and so I think we got off the rails with that. They made people scared and people ganged up against other people. This is where we got to stop being scared. All right, Booker sold out like the rest. Yes, he did, considering their bosses. And Shelley, you know me, I go back and forth and, you know, I try to see it from all perspectives. You know, maybe they put a gun to his head. I don't know. Who knows? But it's the system. We can blame Booger all we want and go after the guy and we're not going to change it. We can blame Trump all we want, go after the guy, we're not going to change anything. That's why the system is based in identity politics, right? They want you to blame the people, not fix the system. So the system always says blame the people. And that the people aren't the problem. It's the system. Black people don't need people to help them liberate. Black people need to liberate themselves. People need to quit trying to help all the time and just do your best to be a good person. I almost said that in your voice, didn't I, Tony? I almost did a good Tony. I almost did, but Tony get that outrage. I can't do that. I agree. People don't need nobody's help. You know what people need? It's not black people, white people, yellow people, every color people. People need freedom. They need to be left alone. They need land. They might need a hoe or a robotic automation device to grow some food for them. And that's it. People can lift themselves. People are very creative. People, but mostly they need to be left the hell alone. And everybody will lift themselves up. I totally agree. Brother G, they have to believe their lies so they can push it. Yeah, Maria, you're probably right. You're probably right. Because you know how like they say you repeat something over and over and over and eventually you believe the lie. And that probably is how it works. You probably got elected and they sit everybody down. America's good. America's great. America's great again. America's nice. America's friendly. America's good. We're going to fix things. Big Pharma's not a problem. They're not drugging people. Most death don't come from... You're probably right. They repeat it to themselves quietly and they eventually start believing the nonsense. The Django character from the movie, right, made reparations immediate, swift, and direct. Well, Carolyn, you know, I'm not on the violent tip. I get that. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can push me into violence, but I try to avoid that as best that I can. I don't think we ever go the right direction when we use violence, right? You got to protect yourself. You know, but you want to avoid it at all costs. And I don't even think violence, you know, it reparates anything. You can't ever get back what was still stolen from these children. You know what I mean? You can't ever get that back. I see what you're saying, but I don't think that's the way. When someone else liberates you, you are beholden to them and you lose your autonomy. Ooh, see, that's Kate with that psychology. It's a big word. I can sometimes spell it. You're right. When somebody frees you, you feel indebted. Part of how we got here. They made up that lie, that emancipation, constipation. That was a lie. It was all a lie. Put that 13th Amendment right in there. But everybody felt indebted. Like, oh, they freed us. You still got people today that believe it, Kate. They're like, oh, the North came down to free the slaves. And it's a good thing they did. We need to take down those statues of Robert E. Lee. Abraham Lincoln is a hero. No, Abraham Lincoln did one good thing, and it was not going in the South. The one good thing he did is he fought for the greenbacks. He fought central banking. That's it. That's why they killed him. They didn't kill him because they freed a bunch of slaves. Nobody cared about that because they had the 13th Amendment where they walked everybody, the whole planet into slavery, starting with all Americans. All right, restitution, recompense for injury and loss. Reparation is a payoff to shut the F up. Yes, Tony, I can't say that word, but you're right. That's what it is, a payoff. It's a bribe. It's a bribe to say what they did was okay. And if you take the money, what's that mean? It's a contract. Psychological contract, like what Kate was saying. They're agreeing that it was okay, that was done, and now it's being repaired. The short for reparations, repair. That we can actually repair what was done to these children. You can't repair it. There's nothing to repair. All you can do is make a modification so it'll never happen again. The one thing Democrats and Republicans won't ever do on their own. Oh, Stargate is on. Damn it, I gotta go. That's my Stargate pop-up, y'all. I'm gonna have to get going. We're not gonna talk about reparations no more. Nah, man, this is Stargate, brother. This is how I make this sustainable. The only way it's sustainable to talk about all this crazy nonsense is I escape into my sci-fi. I don't drink, I don't do no drugs, but damn it, I sure will watch some sci-fi. All right. Hey Gerard, just joined and we'll watch again. Okay, Ish. Something about blah, blah, blah. Humanity is clear to me. The war is against humanity on so many levels. Solution is to be more human, create human systems. Yes, Ish, absolutely. Very simple, very simple. Ish just said it in a real simple statement. Real simple sentence. Be human. Be human. That's it. Don't join up with teams that prey on humanity. It is that simple. We need to remember our soul contract we agreed to when we were incarnated. That's deep now. Yes, you're gonna lose a lot of people. I know what you're talking about, but you're gonna lose some people on that one. Absolutely agree. The government never apologized for slavery. No, Tony, and it's not. It's still slaving. Why would they apologize? You know what? And I don't even care that they apologize, Tony. Now I think about it, because why do I care? Why do I care? That's like taking somebody they're taking a raper, Jack the Ripper, somebody. He ripping somebody, raping somebody, stabbing them, something. We having a conversation while he doing it. He said, I'm sorry. And he's still doing it. He's still raping and rapping and ripping. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it while he doing it. I'm not going to do it again. I'm sorry. No, he's not sorry. They're doing it right now. Right now. There are millions of kids in prison. What is it, millions? It's like something like a couple 100,000 children in prison in America right now. Right now. They ain't stopping. They're not serious. It's too much money in it. You got locks, you got food, you got t-shirts and shoes and tennis shoes. You got all these things to make. All these industries making big money on slavery right now, because slavery wasn't rags and shackles. See, back then you only had two industries. You had the cotton rag industry and you had the shackle, the metal industry. Nobody else really made a bunch of money. They didn't feed them nothing. They didn't have no big food industry. They had to eat their own food. They used to just give them pigs and hogs and they'd have to eat the intestines. It came up with the chitterlings. That one was kind of funny because that guy came back and got you. Because now you go to a fine dining restaurant and order chitterlings. Y'all see the chitterlings? You can order chitterlings. You can order pig intestines chilled in a wine glass in a fine dining restaurant. That one came back to bitch in the butt though. Eating doo-doo tubes with hot sauce. Chilled in a wine glass. But the point was, there weren't many industries back then. Now you have industry upon industry upon industry upon industry making money on the slave prison industrial complex. And they're not going to want to quit. Most of us work for industries that work with those industries, right? And even the babies. It's so interconnected. That's why the system has to go. The system. It's all interconnected into a massive matrix where all these big corporations all make money off of this. Why they don't want to stop. And the politicians are just one of them. All right, tonight I want to go to a local jam and enjoy the music and maybe play my harmonica. That's what you should do, Deborah. Go do something that's good. Don't watch that damn television unless it's something that ain't got nothing to do with the people arguing over who gets to hold the whip and keep slavery going. Coming together in a community and help everyone within, and you are called dirty commie socialists, get arrested. Yes, Kate, because they indoctrinate the other side with it too. You go off and you do something that's sustainable, and you'll throw you in prison. They do it all the time, all these sustainable communities. We're living in a very sick system, yes, Kate, and we got to be honest with it. You can't fix it till we admit how sick it is, and that's why I did this video. This is how sick it is. Thank you for sharing. The whole conversation on reparations by the people, by the system that did it, that didn't change, is a sick discussion. The system is a shapeshifter. Oh, go on, Adam. Go on, bro. Yeah, it is a shapeshifter. It'll change its name. It'll change its look. It'll change its tone. It'll come up with a slogan. It'll flip the kings and lords to government. It'll create a Congress. Boy, the system is it'll shift and bob and weave and move till you think it's on your side. Till it's got the robots and it kills you. Absolutely, it is. It is a shapeshifter. Shapeshifters are real. When one of us suffers, we all suffer. If you get a cut on your arm, all the system in the body is infected. All systems work together to heal you. We are one. We heal by working together to heal each other. Absolutely, Susan. We are a system. And to go back to King's quote, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. If you actually believe that, then you believe the basic bare philosophies why they murdered King. It wasn't because he was black. It had nothing to do with the civil rights movement. It had to do with the fact that he started standing up for everybody, everywhere. The only thing the system does not want you to do, it wants you to be black. It wants you to be white. It wants you to be a survivalist. It wants you to be a Democrat. It wants you to be a Republican. It wants you to fight for it. All systems at the base of it, they just want to survive. And the only way to survive is if you play by the system's rules. When you stop playing by the system's rules, the system got problems. It either got to kill you or it has to change. And what I'm saying is peace in the conversation, peace in the negotiation. Peace is a demand. You can only demand peace from violent, killing, murderous systems. You can't ask for it. You can't get a ballot. You can't vote on it. You can't pull a lever. You can't stop violent people that have no respect for anything that's weaker than it. Systems that make decisions with war and violence and legislation, they don't care nothing about your weakness. You're weak. That's why they write laws, to force you to do things, because they got people with guns they think are stronger who will come to your door and force you. You don't ask those people anything. You don't ask that system anything. You demand it. The only way you demand it is walk away. That's the only way it's going to be sustainable. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Last couple comments, I got to go. Last couple comments. I didn't mean to do this, but like I said, I felt obligated to do it. I said, if y'all drop some pennies in the Patreon, I would do it. Y'all drop some pennies in the Patreon so I can buy my robotic parts, so I can do some videos on a robot that's going to start farming a little area. First, I got to teach it how to plant. Well, first, I got to get it to plant. That's step one. Step one, get all the parts, get the robot to actually put the seed in, cultivate the soil, put the seed in the ground. Actually, very simple. It's all very simple to do. It's just software, open source, Raspberry Pi. And after I do it with the robot, prove the robot can do it, then I'll write the software to get the robot to do it. And then we'll step it up and step it up, step it up. So I appreciate people showing up for that. I said I'd do more videos if that happened and that happened. All right, separate the real from the fake and move on and flourish as one. Absolutely. Talk about the real thing. Shelly shared twice. Thank you, sis. Bad things that happen sometimes, don't wait for a good day to make it right. Just saying. Never get right, Carolyn. Never make for a good day. Always try to make it right. Always try to make it right by everybody all the time. There's a good book, Carolyn, called Peacemaker. I think it's called Peacemaker. A long time ago, back when I was in the church, written by Ken Sande. We are supposed to be peacemakers. That the message in the New Testament wasn't to accept peace. It wasn't to cheer peace and support peace and accept peace when someone brought peace to your door. It is literally your job to go out in the world and make peace with people who are offended by your existence, your presence, what you did, what you said, where you are, what you do, your nation. Peacemakers. We absolutely are obligated to go out in this world and make peace. And I think natural law would agree with that. Sandals and robes. Yeah, Jennifer, that's all he had. Sandals and robes. But it's funny, I grew up with them prosperity teachers. Like, oh, Jesus had money. He had a Benz and a gold watch. He lived in a mansion. There was no way he could travel all over unless he had some money. God wants you to be rich with the banks. God wants you to have a big bank account. Being blessed is having lots of money. The same very thing that Christ turned the tables over for the church. People don't read their Bible, they will be led astray and fooled every day. Satan will slip right in there, and next thing you know, you'll be worshiping Satan. I got underpaid for most of my jobs. I want my reparations. GM, I'm not going to, the money, not reparations. I can't go there. I can't go there. I'm just going to simply say that you should do the jobs you want to do. You should do the things that are your passion. And because you are one of us, you shouldn't be in debt to big corporations and have to pay back make money to pay back the debts because you were born. You should chase your passion, whatever you do, wherever you're led, that's what you should do. And when you're not led there anymore, you should go do something else. That's not universal basic income from slavers, killers, and warmongers. That is using the technology all of our ancestors made to take care of everybody so the world can evolve and go the right direction. That's what I'm saying. Government lost sight of its original mandate to preserve the right of its citizens a long time ago. Can we do that? It's long time ago. Long time ago, right from the inception. They signed the Constitution-ish, and like right after that, it's too late, done. Yes, make peace, do not support violence, foreign or domestic. Yes, it's violence in every form. Financial, voting, physical, war, weapons. Don't support violence anyway. Don't violate people. Don't line up with other people lining up to violate other people. You make life about money, killing the planet, taxes will fix it, enslave 100 generations, reparations will fix it. We have to stop equating quality of life with quantity of money. Oh my goodness, how do you not have a book, Susan? What the hell? Will y'all get this girl? How is it that you're not making live streams? I don't understand this. You dropping bombs like this all the damn time. I wish I could fix that and say something, make it better. I can't say nothing better than that. That's it. We need to stop equating quality of life with quantity of money. You ever get people that smart, Susan? You ever get people to get that nipple out there, take that big, nasty money bank nipple account out of their mouth? Man, what we could actually accomplish. Can't repair the damages done by slavery any more than you can repair what's happened to the folks in Flint, Michigan. Exactly. How do you fix death, Marie? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you fix that? How do you fix poisoning people and giving them liver cancer? Like, how do you fix giving people devastating conditions that they don't even get to live their life? If they're allowed to keep their life, you can't reparate for that. You take the system that made that profitable and you throw it in the trash. That's what you do. Eat the elite. Yes, Carolyn, chew them up, but spit them out. Don't swallow them. They're not organic. You might end up with an infection of central banking. Do not swallow the elite. Hell no. They do that, Kate. They do that. It's fine dining here. You can go get chitterlings, and I think it's like $30, $40. Get some chitterlings, like a little thing of chitter, like some little intestines with little poo-poo in a cold ice glass, and they sit there and they eat their chitterlings. They don't call them chitlins. They call them chitterlings. C-H-I-T-T-E-R-I-N-G. Chitterlings. They're just chitterlings. This is not what the slaves eat. This is what we are eating now. Crazy psychopaths. Crazy psychopaths. Yes, exactly, Carolyn. Good example. Monsanto Bear shapeshift. They shape the shift, and then people start cheering for it. Absolutely, totally agree. That's a good example of it. All right, thank you. I always miss the mornings. No problem, Kate. No big deal. I gotta go. I haven't eaten today. All I had was a smoothie. I gotta go eat. Drop him a penny. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. I'm fine. I don't need nobody's money. Don't drop me nothing. But I need to make a robot and some automated grow systems, and that's what need a penny. I'm sprouting mung beans tonight. Go get it, Kate. Go get it. What was I growing today? What's that moringa this morning? Got me. Because if you plant moringa, you break the seed open, or you break the casing open, you can see the seed inside. I bought 20 of them. I think I got 7 seeds out of it, but I didn't fuss. I got a few other flowering pollinators with it. They tucked a little extra in there, so I didn't give no bad review or nothing. I appreciate people who sell seeds and sharing seeds. That's what I was planting this morning. Oh, and wisteria, I planted that too. All right. Any last words? Ty is in the house. Uh-oh. What are you doing on this lake? Witch. First of all, Ty, I ain't your witch. Number one. I got your witch. No, somebody called me a witch. What does that mean anyway? You're the second person called me a witch. I don't even know what that means. I wish I had a whip. If I had a broom, oh, the things that I do. Shoot, Washington, y'all. Y'all be on the debate. Y'all watching the debate tonight. We're gonna have to pause the debate. There's a Negro. It appears that he's flying around in a damn. Is that John? Is that a witch? Is he on a broom? Oh Lord, is that a missile? It's probably had okra on it too. Like, yeah, the debate ain't gonna last long. Y'all give me a broom. Oh hell no. I go down there and grab Joe Biden by his hair and like fly him up and like drop him in Yemen. That's what I want to see. This is what I want. Y'all ever watch the show Naked and Afraid? I posted the other night. I don't think y'all understood what I was talking about. Watch the show Naked and Afraid. I could only watch the first season. I loved it. It was great. We need to have Naked and Afraid, the Congress version. That's what we need to have. Send them all over Naked and Afraid because you get dropped by a helicopter or by a witch on a broom. In Yemen or a tropical jungle, and you ain't got no clothes, you ain't got nothing. I think you could bring one thing and they'll bring like some matches or something. I want to see Congress with like some matches and a spoon. I need to see this, people. Listen, please help me. I need to see Joe Biden and Obama and Nancy Pelosi, and I don't want to see nothing above the neck level because I throw up all on my television. I need to see them in Yemen with a spoon. I need to see them in Haiti eating mud cookies and mud cakes. I need to see this. I really do. I want to see Trump there too. I want to see all of them. All of them. Everybody who's part of this system, I need to see y'all in Yemen, naked and afraid. That'll fix the whole system. I'm telling you, if y'all vote naked and afraid 2020, you know what happened? How do we get naked and afraid 2020 Congress on the ballot? How do we get that on the ballot? If we can get that on the ballot, oh my goodness. And the majority of people vote for naked and afraid, boy, the system fix overnight. It'll fix overnight. You go ahead and take the people, your leaders, the white leaders, the black leaders, the Asian leaders, the Native American leaders, the Hispanic leaders, all the leaders. You go ahead and take them leaders and put them in a place. Go ahead and put them in a place where they dropping bombs to see what happens. Boy, this system change overnight because don't nobody like to have done what they doing to somebody else. Not a psychopath. All right, I gotta keep going. I'm hungry. I gotta get some food. I don't know what I'm eating. I'm starving. Gotta eat. Gotta go. Hey, listen, it was fun. Nope. Don't want your reparations. I can do my last little exit here. And back at the music. I don't want your money. I don't want the land. I don't want anything that you got to give me. The number one, it ain't yours anyway. It ain't your money. It ain't your land. You killed and robbed and murdered everybody for the money. All the coltan, minerals, watches, food, anything that they're promising you, it doesn't even belong to them. They murdered and killed and shoved people in holes for it the same way they did to these boys. I don't want nothing y'all got. The last place you ever gonna find me is on a damn plantation asking master if I can have some of the profits of slavery. You can go to hell. You can kiss my entire black ashy booty. No parts of it. This is Gerard. I gotta go. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for sharing. I am out. Have a good night. No, I don't want none of your reparations. You need to go back to hell where you came from. Bye.